Hey, this is Dave Sievers for another exciting video on how you can utilize the GX Nitrous platform. And in today's video, I'm going to walk you through how you add funds to your account when you are outside of the United States and you're not within one of the countries that in today's world are currently supported directly by the platform, such as Canada or the United States itself, or countries in Europe. And so in this video, I'm going to just walk you through in the back office exactly how that works, how you can set up a wire payment and get funds into your account so that you can really begin to use the platform. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So as you can see, I've currently logged into a GX Nitrous account that has no money in the fiat portfolio. And to add funds to your account when you're outside the United States, there is one extra step that's needed in order to facilitate the international transfer that we're going to walk through today. So in today's example, let's imagine for a moment that you are in the Philippines and you desire to use Filipino pesos in order to deposit US dollars into your GX Nitrous account. Exactly how does that work? Well, here's the way it would go. First of all, as you can see here, when you click on the Add Funds button, there are a number of options that currently are supported, these three, and there are a number of options which are in the process of being, rolled out into production through this platform. Now, the option that we would need to use in order to transfer money from the Philippines to the GX Nitrous account is to do an international bank transfer. And that's the one that I'm going to focus in on today. So you click International Bank Transfer. And in this window, you see it's the wire transfer window. And in here, you simply input the amount of money that you want to deposit. And in this example, I am putting in a request to deposit or to wire transfer 500 US dollars into the GX Nitrous account. And as it says, you will need to send 500 US dollars. Now, this is the first point that I want to explain. If you're in the Philippines, your native currency is the Filipino pesos. However, currently in the platform, in order to get money, US dollars into your account, you'll need to first convert your Filipino pesos into 500 US dollars that you will deposit into your bank, and then you will use that money, the US dollars, in order to transfer from the Philippines ultimately into your GX Nitrous account. So the first step and the first thing that you would need to understand if you're in a country outside the United States whose native currency is not a currency that's currently supported through the wire transfer process directly, you will need to first convert that currency to US dollars. And for example, if you're in the Philippines, it's Filipino pesos to US dollars. If you're in Japan, it's Japanese yen to US dollars. If you're in Hong Kong, it'd be Hong Kong dollars to US dollars, so on and so on. Once you do that step, here's the way the process would go. So you open it up, you input how much US dollars you're going to transfer, and you simply click Next. When you click Next, now you're going to see a list of options, and these options really represent the currency that you want to deposit in your account, and also the location of the bank that you're transferring from. And so you can see there's options for Canada, there's options for the United Kingdom, there's options for places in Europe that are outside of the United Kingdom, and there's also the United States. And of the two options here for the United States, the next to the last one, this option here is the one that you want to select, because this indicates the case where you are transferring money from outside the United States and you want to deposit or settle US dollars into your account. So to select this option, you simply click on it. And when you do that, what opens up is all of the information that's needed by the bank and by GX Nitrous, the receiving bank, in order to receive those funds and deposit it into your account. Now, I'm not going to walk through every single thing here because it's really not necessary for us to change anything within this window. In fact, if you change something, it could actually interfere with the smooth processing of your wire transfer. So all we're going to do is note a couple of things. First of all, if you're transferring money from outside the United States into the United States, there is an intermediary bank that gets involved. And in this case, it'll be Wells Fargo Bank International, San Francisco. And what that means is that you're going to transfer the money from your bank in the Philippines, in this example, and the money will come through Wells Fargo International, an international bank in San Francisco. And what they will do is facilitate the transfer of that money from outside the United States into the United States and then into the beneficiary bank, which in these instructions is First Bank as the beneficiary bank. And that's important to understand, but again, there's nothing in this screen that you have to change. So now, once the money is transferred, it'll come through Wells Fargo Bank International, and they will organize or execute the transfer into First Bank, which is really the destination bank where the funds need to be deposited in order to be credited to your account in your GX Nitrous back office. And as you can see, there's the beneficiary bank address, and various other account information that is needed in order to do the wire transfer. There's one other thing that is really important to note here, which again, you do not have to change, but to include Lifestream LLC as the beneficiary. This is really important to include on the wire transfer so that the money can actually be deposited in your account. But as I said earlier, and as I'm repeating multiple times, you do not need to change a single thing on this page. You just need to take note of it. Now, if you're in the Philippines, perhaps you have the ability to just electronically, log into your bank and transfer. I know that in the United States, I, for example, utilize Chase Bank, and they provide the capability for me to do a wire transfer online. But if your bank does not provide the ability for you to log in through the internet and submit the request to do a wire transfer, you will need to go physically into the bank with a document that provides all of the information that's needed for them to set up and to execute the wire transfer. And that's the step that I'm going to show you now. So as you can see here at the bottom of the screen, there are two buttons. One is download and the other is confirm transfer. What you really should do if you have to physically go into the bank is, first of all, download a copy of this information and save it on your computer so that you can print it out and take it with you to the bank when you go to request the wire transfer. Other than that, the only thing that you have to do once you open up this screen is click this button, which is confirm transfer. And when you confirm transfer, what happens is you're indicating to the GX Nitrous support staff that you have requested a wire transfer, and you're providing all of this information that is on this screen to them so that they know what to expect, that you're transferring $500 from a bank in the Philippines through Wells Fargo Bank International into First Bank. And you'll need to set this up so that they have a record that you requested that wire transfer. And then once you go to the bank and you request a wire transfer at your bank, they will give you a receipt. And the last step that you'll have to do is take a copy of that receipt, scan it, take a picture of it on your phone, and then upload it onto the record within your GX Nitrous system to show that you have, actually done the request to have the money transferred. And so we've already done the download so that we can, review and have that, print out that document to take to the bank. And the last step that you would do is confirm transfer. And when you confirm transfer, you'll get this window that says your transaction has been noted. Please check the Vault Ledger tab and update the picture of the bank transfer receipt. This is the indication to our GX Nitrous staff to notify them that you have requested a wire transfer. And when you click on this button to verify the deposit, essentially what you're going to get is a window that requests that you upload a copy of the bank transfer confirmation. In other words, a copy of that receipt that you got from the bank. Now, in this case, we don't actually have a receipt and we're not actually executing a wire transfer, so I'm not going to do that step, but it's very simple. You just click on this icon and you upload the file and you click submit and you're done. There's nothing else that would need to be done by you. So that is the entire process of how you actually set up a wire transfer and then indicate to the GX Nitrous system that you have submitted that request at your bank. The next thing that I want to do is open up and review the document that we downloaded. And as you can see, the system creates a very nicely formatted PDF, which you can print out, that has all of the information needed to give to your bank in order for them to set up and to execute a wire transfer on your behalf. And we don't need to go through this in detail, but you can see that the bank name, which is the beneficiary bank name, is First Bank, all of the account and address information. And then it says this information can be used to wire funds from any bank. It says right now within, but really, as you can see, that's just a typo. It really means from any bank outside of the United States. And the reason why we know that is because there is an intermediary international bank involved, which is, you can think of it as sitting on the border between the Philippines and the United States, that will bring the money from the Philippines into the United States and deposit it into First Bank as the beneficiary bank. And so you just simply walk into the bank with this PDF, you provide this information to the bank, along with the Filipino pesos that you will need to provide in order, that is equivalent to US dollars. And once they do that foreign exchange for you within the bank, they will have the Filipino pesos that they need to convert to US dollars to then set up as part of this wire transfer. And that's really the entire process. It is not actually difficult. There's a few things that you have to do at this point, but the good news is that there are many more options that are coming to make it even easier for us to deposit money into our GX Nitrous account. And so we're looking forward to that. But for now, don't let anything stop you. You can utilize the international wire transfer to do that today. So until the next time, this is Dave Sievers, and we'll be talking about more of the wonderful features that we have as part of the GX Nitrous platform.